giving reading for Australia. If you live in Australia, this is quite important if you want to know the futures of Australia. So, currently, Australia, the country, is running the Mahadashas of the Sun. And currently, it is in the Dasha Shanti. It is a period of changing between the Sun and also the Moon. So the Moon is it's finally getting there, and it's about to enter. I think around, let me see the timing. July this year. So Australia, it's in the Dasha Shanti. So what will happen here for Australia, for the futures of Australia? This is quite a very significant time. If you live in Australia during this time, you might feeling like there is a lot of changing, a lot of energy is being um, feels like there is changing in the country. So if you feel that Australia it doesn't feel grounded, confusions, it's normal. It's a normal feeling when a Mahadasha, a new Mahadasha is starting to taking place. So let's focus on the positions of the moon. The moon is in the second house of Aries. Now the moon has 7 Dristi, 7 aspect to 8 house. Now, because this Australia is a Pisces Lagna, Pisces rising, the moon is it's a good kind of like a planet, for the ascendant. But if you looking at where is Jupiter placed for Australia, Jupiter is placed in 10th house of Sagittarius, a very strong sign for Australia. It is good sign, and also there is a lot of conjunction in Sagittarius. There is Mercury, there is Saturn, there is Sun, and the Mars has rulerships over the sign. It is Aries. It rulings the second house. Mars placed in 6th house of Leo. Again, very good placements of Mars. Very good signs of Mars. It is a friendly sign of Mars. It is Leo. So the future for Australia, if you're looking at the dates, how long it is going to take, the Moon Mahadasha is going to last for 10 years. So the Moon Mahadasha starting in 2026, July 30. As you can see, let me just circle this. July 30 to 2036. July 30. So it's 10-year period. Now, if I'm saying, will this Mahadashas of new Mahadashas of the moon is going to be good for Australia? Yes or no? The answer is it will be mixed. But by house, the moon is quite comfortable. It is the second house. Aries is the sign is fire. So the moon is kind of boil up. So the future for Australia, there might be a lot of tension that is going to happen unexpectedly. There might be tensions related to the government itself, but it will be better for the futures of Australia. There might be a time that it feels strange living in that country, because remember the 7 aspect is directly goes to the 8th house. So for the futures of Australia, things related to partnerships, this country is going to be undergoing a lot of changes in terms of like allies, partnerships in how Australia is involved with many countries. There might be unexpected things happen for Australia. There might be good, there might be bad things, but I'd say there is a lot of changes for Australia in the future during this moon Mahadasha. And because the depositor, which is Mars, is placed in the sixth house of Leo, this might also attracting a lot of, you know, you can say for the country, it's like problems, like an outsider problems, perhaps like migrations, like an immigrants things that might happens a lot. Because remember, sixth house is the house of the surfing. It is in the signs of Leo, which is Leo. What is Leo? Leo is it's about children. It's about education. It's about um, where the king feels safe. That is the side that rules by the king. But the house itself is representing serving. So when the depositors of the moon placed in sixth house of Leo, this can create a dynamics of between helping, but also creating a lot of connections with the masses, more of like you know becoming a country that is being more open to it, because Mars has the third aspect between the fourth aspect goes to the 9, the seventh aspect goes to the 12th house, and the eighth aspect itself goes to the ascendant itself. So a lot of unexpected things for Australia. And let me clear this up. So in the futures, starting in July this year up to 2020, 2036, a lot of changing. It's more of like, if I can describe the futures of Australia, it's more of like America. But uh, it just um, involved a lot of diversity, a lot of diversity, a lot of races is being involved in the country. It's like serving the masses. A lot of people will try to enter Australia, especially remember the moon is in the second, aspecting the eighth. What is the eighth house? The eighth house is the house of occultism, the house of graveyard. Now, if you're looking this symbolic of graveyard occultism, where do you think, what kind of country do you think those kind of people involved? Of course, if you think that it's more of like a country from like perhaps Asia, an Asian continent, then you got that right. Because why? Because Asia is the spot where their focus is still believing about the higher believed. So the people that involved in the higher believed, it will going to be involved a lot in Australia. So a lot of migrations, people from Asia or perhaps Middle East people, because remember those countries, those continents, they have a very strong belief system. That's what eighth house is, the house of occultism. It's also trine with, let me draw this thing, with the fourth and also 12 and back to eighth house. This is the, you can say, the house, the triangles of the occult science. So I won't go much detail about this, but this is a new beginning for Australia. Of course, I can explain a lot about this thing, but it will take a lot of time. And also from Navanja, it's also important too. But again, from the Navanja itself, it is also considered Fagatoma. See, has the same sign, with the Navanja chart. So Pagutama ascendant. Well, anyway, if you live in Australia, this is the futures of Australia for 10 years.